Hello viewers. Um, I haven't got much to say this time, but I'm basically um, reporting in to say that I have suspended my participation in the NoFap challenge because the science doesn't really, like, strictly speaking, I know this is going to sort of sound a little bit cop-out, but um, the science isn't really all there. It's quite the contrary. Fapping isn't necessarily bad for you. I never really had that bad of a porn addiction or anything like that, and or one at all, because it doesn't really make much never mind to me. I can fap normally without porn, and and it's no problem. I never had issues. I didn't feel like I was wasting too much time on it. I'd a couple times a day just snap one off, and it's no problem. It, I'd I'd even venture to say it's probably normal. And I'm continuing with um, my abstinence from narcotics. I've made a pact with my friend who also said that he would be motivated if he had accountability. Um, and he's a pretty onto it guy, so he would say something like that. Um, and basically, the first one to use any kind of recreational drugs has to give the other $20. And I'm kind of poor at the moment. I'm sort of about to go off to uni and study for a year. And basically, I can't really. I technically could, but I really do not want to hand over $20. So I'm on the straight and narrow for now, and it looks like it's going to stay that way. I've sort of been going through a bit of a flat line. I've been finding, and I haven't really been able to replace all of my bad habits all that well. I am learning Japanese. I've been trying to learn 20 kanji a day, which, if you don't know, there are like over 2,000 kanji that you have to learn if you want to be able to read and write Japanese. So I'm a little bit overwhelmed by it, and I haven't done my kanji today, so I'm gonna have to go back, get onto that, knuckle down and study my Japanese for the day after this video. But I'm not probably gonna do much editing on these vlogs because I basically just upload them straight from my phone to YouTube, and I feel like if you want to watch them in 2 times speed, I would honestly recommend that. Don't waste like half your time watching them in normal speed, unless I say something that you find especially amusing. Which obviously, I mean, I do that. I watch videos in 2 times speed like most of the time. I listen to audiobooks like that, and I find I can perfectly process the information. Like, in fact, it's almost easier now to digest them quicker. It feels like it takes way too much time if they're just talking at normal speed, and if they talk quickly, then it doesn't really slow down the amount of it doesn't it doesn't stop me from being able to understand what they're saying. I can still It's kind of crazy. I can still process the words. In fact, if they had if they had a 3 times speed option on YouTube, I would probably listen to it in 3 times speed. To be quite honest, in fact, I almost wish there were. I just swatted a mosquito on my leg, and it like exploded, and it's all this blood on my leg now. Anyway, um, probably that's probably good enough place to end it. I'll probably make more. See you in the next one. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you subscribe because of NoFap, then I'm sorry. I'm just not gonna do it for the time being. Like, honestly, if there are studies, published actual scientific studies that say that it's better not to masturbate, then um, then cool. I'll gladly jump back on it. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Like as it is, I really don't watch that much porn. I don't need it. Like I'll I find other times to fat, and when I do, it's it's fine. Like I don't have trouble reaching, getting there without porn. It like it's a kind of weird thing to be articulating because I don't talk about it much in day-to-day conversation, but as most people probably don't. But that's my where I'm at right now. So if you're still on the bandwagon, then like more power to you. It's your decision, but I just don't see a lot of point right now. So that's where I'm. That's my verdict on it, you could say. But yeah, definitely staying off of the puff puff and staying off the glug glug as well. So there you go. And I'm assuming that basically my feelings about that are that if I um, if I abstain from recreational drugs, then I'm probably going to have a sharper mind. I said I was gonna wrap this up, but I'm sort of articulating more on it now. Um, if I have a sharper mind, then it's sort of almost like I'm taking the drug of sobriety. It's almost like its own thing, and you can be super onto it, super smart, and like if you're I guess like the term is straight edge for people who want to want to jump on the whole bandwagon of not doing anything. I don't think they do. They probably still do caffeine, wouldn't they? Like I'm not sure what the verdict is on caffeine, but I still drink coffee because I kind of like the taste of it. It seems to seems to be a decent motivating force. Just like a couple cups a day of coffee, I find is not the worst. So like I guess what I'm saying is it's all very well to sort of get out of it and take drugs, but if you're I sort of want to see what it's like just for a change because I've been drinking, I've been smoking for it seems like so long, and I'm at a point of in my development, um, my psychological development, I guess, that I think it'd be really interesting to see what a bit of not drinking and not smoking would do for me, and how it would change my perception. I think it would be. I suspect that it will be very good for me. So I'm quite excited about it. I know that I have to make other changes to my life as well because I'm not that good at necessarily spending my spare time in the most productive ways, or I haven't been historically. Recently, I've been, I think, quite a bit better at it. But I also I sort of want to have a bit more of a social life, and I can't help feeling like taking away my own crutches will help me get out there. And I used to sort of, I mean, when I smoked, and this we're talking about weed, um, obviously, when I smoked, it was basically I'd stay inside and most of the time, unless I was like out at a party, then I'd just like have a toke and then just to be one of the boys. But I don't think it's all that necessary really. Um, and there were some parties that the people were so scummy that I just wouldn't even want to share a joint with them. But yeah, I've sort of gone through periods of abstinence with that, and I think I took it more seriously than with alcohol, which is probably reasonable. But I also want to take away alcohol as a crutch because um, I saw a video recently. Um, I won't mention the channel because I just don't like doing that. But it was that if you go out and go out to parties and stuff, go out to bars or whatever, and you see a hot chick, say that you quite fancy, or even just any chick that you fancy, she doesn't have to be 10 by any means. Please don't get offended. Um, and you feel like, oh, I'll have something to sup on, and then I'll go and talk to her because I'll be loosened up and all that, and I'll be able to turn on the charm and vanquish my inhibitions. Um, real life in real life, like you most of the time, you're not really going to be able to do that for one thing, and you might find it doesn't really help you that much in the long term. Like, having to rely on alcohol is not the best. You should be able to, if you're really like calm and collected, and you are motivated, you have all the proper driving forces, your brain is functioning normally, you're a normal person. Well, I say normal, like you're not mentally unwell in some extreme way. Then you should be able to go out and you should be able to just talk to her, like improve your social skills, hit up chicks, and do that stuff. So I want to be able to do that while I'm sober. I want to be able to do all these things. So basically, that's my reasoning. I don't want to. I realize alcohol is quite habit forming, so I'm basically just trying to break it. And I'm sure that will be challenging as the weeks pass by and I go to study at uni. But it's a challenge, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Um, as I say, I'm not sure if I have said this, but primarily these videos are for self improvement. And if you're watching this and getting motivated, then great. But I'm primarily doing it for myself to improve for one thing, to improve my ability to articulate. I'm gonna absolutely watch these. Well, probably not more than once, but I'm gonna watch these videos over and see what I have to improve on. Maybe I should vary the tonality of my voice. Maybe I should uh, be a bit more expressive with my face and gesticulate more. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? But that was a little bit cringe. I know that. But anyway, this video has gone on for a bit. But anyway, they are primarily for my own improvement. But I hope that someone else can extract some kind of sorry about that. Snapping noises. The panga ferns are very snappy. Anyway, if you couldn't tell, this is New Zealand, by the way. I'm a Kiwi. Anyway, until next time.